Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub. Today I'm going to review the Mezco Toys Advent Calendar. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Also, check out our Instagram page. So first things first, this is the Mezco Toys Rumble Society Advent Calendar, and turning it around to the back, this is just the back of a boombox. There's a handle here, and it's supposed to resemble a boombox with, you know, the classic stereo and the cassette in the middle. But if you open the front, there is more of the interior of that interior of the boombox, as well as 12 days of items to open. It's really not staying up, but yeah. On the left, on the top left corner, you have the one, and then on the right you have the 6-inch figure. So the first item out of the box for the first day is a Grub mini Mezco, and you know, they basically include one of these with all of their orders. They'll put it in a shiny gold package, but it has 5 points of articulation at the neck. You can look, oh, I guess the waist falls apart too, but so I guess that's 6, but it looks down. It looks up, it can turn left and right, the arms move up and down, and the torsos also rotate, and these legs also, they kind of spin on that circular joint. But that's the first item. So this is another Mezco, and this is a full size. As you can see, it's so like the regular mini Mezco is about 1 inch, and this is about 2 inches. It has a removable Santa hat, and it's flocked, but it's also plastic on the inside. It has all the same points of articulation, except it does not have the waist turning, and it also comes with this candy cane accessory. I'm not like a huge fan of these things, but you know, whatever, it's an extra figure. So for the third day, we have these 1/12 scale headphones. Obviously these two are more Christmas themed, and this one is just more plain, but in the insides of each ear you have foam, and you can just stretch this out and put it on a figure's head. A little bit disappointing in terms of the amount of content, but this is, I don't know, I guess it could be fun to decorate your characters on display for Christmas. The fourth day is one of the more desirable days, and it's a green and red Gomez head. For those that don't know, Gomez is the Mezco mascot, and they make a lot of figures, so it oh, and it looks like his antennas on his head are articulated. I've never gotten the Gomez figure before, but it'll pretty much fit on any of the existing Gomez figures, and this will make him into a little bit of a more festive or Christmas themed version of Gomez. For day 5, we have one of the more significant days. This is one of the 5-point figures. This is Doc Nocturnal, and he's one of these original characters made by Mezco, but it's part of the 5-point line, and what that means is he has 5 points of articulation, heads turn left and right, arm moves up and down, and legs move back and forth. He does come with this stand that you can peg onto his foot, just like that. I wasn't actually looking forward to this character, but it actually ended up being a lot better than I expected. And he also comes with 2 guns. This one looks kind of like a ray gun, and this looks like a Tommy gun. These hands, I don't know if these will actually hold these guns, but let's see. Maybe with a little bit of effort, I mean, maybe it'll be better on this arm. It's I mean, just because they're so limited in articulation, they really have a hard time looking natural. But he also has this holster on his right side, and the angle is a little bit weird, but you can get it to go into his side holster. So that's actually pretty cool. I've never gotten one of these. Oh, actually his cape is also wired too, so you can pose it more easily. I'm not like a super big fan of all the original Mezco characters, even though I do like some of the Rumble Society stuff, but I didn't really care too much for Doc Nocturnal. but this figure was much better than expected, and I definitely appreciate them including that. So for day 6, we have 2 1/12 scale accessories. One is a tactical vest, and then the other is, I guess you could call it a battle belt, or like a weapons strap. Basically, it can go over a shoulder, like diagonally, or even around the waist. But I wasn't really looking forward to this thing that much, but it ended up being a lot better than I had expected, because basically they put Velcro on here so you can make it it's much easier to put it on. You don't have to put it on like a human would, where you put it over the shoulders and then you strap on the sides. So that's actually pretty cool. I really don't know what I'll use this for. I would have preferred it in black, and that was really why I wasn't too crazy about this originally. But I do also like this belt, and it has these clips. I wonder if these can be opened. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So they have styrofoam inside, but I guess you could actually put something in there. I probably won't, because if you're not going to see it, then there's really no point. But oh man, these clips are really tough, but these are actually really cool. They slide around freely on the strap, and the strap length is adjustable. I could see a lot of like Punisher figures displayed with something like this, so that's pretty good. For day 7, we have yet another Mezco. Same accessory, different headgear, but because these are really only compatible with other Mezcos, I'm not super crazy about this thing. So I really wish Mezco would have done something other than multiple Mezcos, but it is what it is. For day 8, now I think this is a pretty cool accessory. It's basically a container that carries gold coins. It can be clipped down on the sides, and it has a handle so a 1/12 scale figure can carry it. And I showed you guys what it looks like opened, but this is what it is empty. It is kind of tough to see with the lighting, but there are 2 cuts, or like 2 little pieces of plastic that kind of stick out over here that kind of cut into the styrofoam, and I was not super impressed with that design. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe it was to keep the stuff in, because it definitely keeps the styrofoam in, but also the styrofoam, they each carry 6 of these stacks. So that was pretty cool. I feel like they had something like this for the old the John Wick 2 figure, but I can't remember. For day 9, we have these punching swoosh effects, and if you look inside, there's a little gap there, and basically you can fit that around the standard Mezco 1/12 fist hands, and it'll just stick on there. And you can stick these effect pieces that have these signs like boom and whatnot, and they just kind of, well, they're supposed to stay on. Some of them stay on better than others, but it kind of just goes on like that. I really haven't found a better way to make these work, unfortunately, so I was a little bit disappointed by the way this was implemented. But let me see if one of these works any better. Yep, see, this one sticks on better, whereas the boom, it really doesn't stay on. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I think the execution was poor, but the idea was definitely a good one. So for day 10, we have this scarf, and there's a wire on one end of it so you can wrap it around and get it into poses, as well as this Santa hat, and it has a wire on this back seam so you can get it to kind of, I don't know, do little poses like that. And when I first opened it, I saw one hole, and I was like, oh man, this thing already had damage to it, but it has 2 holes here, so it looks like it was designed with probably Gomez in mind. Let me see if, so I probably have to take these antennas out first, push it through, and again, I don't have any Gomez figures yet. I do have a Holiday Gomez on the way, but let's see what this looks like on him. So these things went deeper than I expected, but I don't know, maybe that's sort of kind of how it's supposed to look like. It actually doesn't look very good, so I'll probably be doing the Santa hat on maybe like that, I don't know, on another figure. This just doesn't look natural. I mean, I think it looks okay from this angle, but then as soon as you turn to the side, it just looks extremely unnatural and not like something anyone would ever wear. But I'll try that with some other figures later. Day 11, we have another Mezco. It's an elf this time, and like I seriously cannot stress enough just how little I care for these guys. I think Mezco got really lazy putting 3 of these guys in here. I would have preferred almost just any other accessory. I don't really even like, I don't know, I like them so little that I really wish instead of 3 of these for 3 different days, we would have gotten some different accessory, whether it's something, you know, even small like a phone or something. Like these headphones, the 3 headphones, it's just a much better value than these 3 Mezcos. And day 12 is probably the best item of the advent calendar. This is Cuzin Eddi. He's a brand new Rumble Society character, and again, I'm not a huge Rumble Society fan, but I absolutely love the outfit and I love the idea of this Christmas themed character, so I had to have it. Now, as far as accessories and hands go, he is a little bit lacking compared to the standard Mezco, but his hands are definitely more unique than any that I've seen. I think Gomez tends to come with some of these hands, but this is the left hand middle finger, left hand, I guess, like rocker salute, just kind of like that. The OK sign for the right hand, and then I'm not really sure what this hand is supposed to be, but it's definitely a usable hand design. Now, one of the things that I noticed is he does not come with 2 standard fists. One is a slightly open fist so he can hold his bottle. It says battery acid bourbon, so that's pretty cool. And his left hand is a standard fist, so I thought it was interesting that they did that. They generally do not put, or at least exclude both fist hands. Now, as far as the figure goes, I think it's a pretty excellent one. There is a wire in this hood here so that you can put it over, you can bend it to the side and stuff. Just because it's a hood, I would say it's not as necessary, but still looks pretty good. The zipper is actually in scale, which is always appreciated because the zippers, they don't always get those right in Mezco. Sometimes they make them way too big, but I really like that they did that. The gold chain is an actual chain. I don't think it's actual metal, but if it is, it's, you know, definitely something cheap, but still looks really good. And I do also like the fact that this zipper is functional, and when you pull it down, oh, I'm having some trouble here. Let me remove this chain. Let's see if I can get this guy down. He has a pair of boxers underneath that say Rumble Society, so let's pull this down just a little bit just so you guys can see what that looks like. So yeah, it says Rumble Society. I thought that was really cool. I don't think I'll ever display him like that because then you see all his joints and stuff, and I don't really like, you know, I like to hide the joints as much as I can on figures, but in terms of his articulation, you know, it's all the pretty standard stuff. You know, I don't know, I've never gotten one of these skull figures before, but I really love this outfit. I do think this white you definitely have to be careful with because it's already got a little bit of yellowish, brownish hue in it, and I feel like it's probably just like bleed over from this brown. But this onesie, it goes all around, and the stitching is pretty good actually. I wasn't expecting the stitching to be so tight because usually they leave a lot of gap between their stitches. And then on the bottom of his feet, he has M's for the Mezco logo, and he has 2 foot pegs, but they look pretty good, and he's able to stand, of course, without a stand. So that's basically it for this video, guys. In a little bit, I'm gonna have some shots of a lot of these accessories in use, just so you guys get an idea of what they look like with some other figures and certain poses and whatnot. But already, I think the Santa head looks really good on Cuzin Eddi. I think it looks much more natural on him than it does on the Gomez head. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Thanks, guys. Bye.